Kate may well have given cheese the chop, but Natalie still has concerns over the effects it's had on her body as the staple part of her diet for over 30 years. She's arranged for Kate's blood to be tested by Dr. Pixie McKenna, a GP with a special interest in eating problems. This morning, Natalie's brought Kate to hear the findings.
The first thing that showed up in your blood test was that you have very high levels of cholesterol. The other thing is, because you're taking in all of this processed cheese, you're not actually taking in enough roughage in your diet. So your high fat and your lack of roughage are going to lead to digestive problems. You're laughing at me. Have you had...
Yeah, I do get constipation quite a lot.
Right.
With Kate having fessed up, Pixie wants to show her the internal effect of her stodgy diet. She's got 10 metres of tubing, half what's inside the average person.
Could have up to 25 metres of bone, so it's quite a lot, isn't it?
She's prepared 2 liquids. One represents fibre-rich food and the other, Kate's cheesy diet.
I want to get you to transport the fibre-rich food right through the intestine for me. Now, what do you notice about that?
It's running down quite quickly, no problem at all.
Can I get you to do the same thing with the cheesy stuff? Oh, dear. It's actually painful to watch that. But to get that to the end, you're just going to have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And that's what you're doing every single day of your life.
Instead of clogging up her bowels with processed cheese, Kate could get the recommended daily amount of fibre from 8 ounces of cooked peas, or keep herself regular with 5 pears. And if neither of those appealed, 18 poppadoms contain roughly the same amount of fibre.
I suppose the other worry is that, you know, with constipation, you end up getting things like piles, which are varicose veins in your bottom end. You're smiling at me again.
Oh, yeah.
Is that something that you've had?
I've had them operated on twice and I'm due to go in again for the third time because they've just come back again each time.
You're a recurrent offender.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a very, very sore operation as well, isn't it?
It is extremely painful, yes.
Yeah.
So, Kate, had you really, really made the link between your terrible diet and the piles?
I think I had, but it's very easy to blame it on something else.
It seems to me that you've had all this information, but you've put your head in the sand.
Yeah. Because to fix it, I'd have to do something that I didn't want to do.
I mean, for me, the most concerning thing about your diet is the fact that a diet of high fat and low fibre increases your risk of bowel cancer. And if I was told that, I'd be frightened.
The most shocking thing was the increased risk of bowel cancer. I think it's something that was always at the back of my mind, but I like to fool myself in thinking that I was doing things to reduce the risk of that, when in reality I'm not.
I think we've got a problem here in as much as Kate's quite familiar with the things that we were talking about today with Pixie. But that familiarity, knowing that, hasn't been enough of an incentive in the past to make her change. So I'm thinking, well, is it really going to make a great deal of difference now? There's something blocking her from having that information, knowing the danger she's in, and making the changes.